Hello, beautiful people. I'm back again, and this is free talk time again. I'm still in Warsaw, and I'm actually at the Palace of Cultura, sitting here talking. And this is another free talk about me, also my travels again, and a lot of the burning questions that I've been asked about why am I in Europe and why aren't I in the United States, and what do I do for a living? How do I travel? Is it expensive? Are you scared? Are you alone? Are you not alone? So many different questions, and actually what my channel is about. So I'm going to address those, and you'll know more about me, what my channel is about, and what my goal is, what I actually do for a living to keep me in Europe, and how am I staying in Europe and I'm not and I'm an American citizen. How does it happen? So I will have this episode to actually address those questions. So if I'm looking away, that's because where I am, lots of stairs happen. I think I addressed that before, so I'm getting used to it. But yes, so stay tuned. While I'm addressing these questions, you'll have beautiful videos to watch of Warsaw, because Warsaw has so much to offer. It's not just a big city. Like I said in my previous videos, if you're new to my channel, I'm Teena from Teena Travels Abroad. I've been traveling all over Europe so far. I visited 37 countries. I've lived in 7, and so many different cities throughout these countries. I can't even count, but I'm going to address many questions for those who are interested in doing what I do or just want to know more about me. And you'll learn more about me, what I'm doing, and also how you can get rid of your fears if you have fears about traveling abroad, if you have fears about Europe, or just want to know in general more about Europe, because a lot of Americans don't know too many things about Europe and the culture and how vastly different it is from America and also United States and also a lot of cultural behaviors that we need to learn and before you come abroad. So there is big differences, and it would make life a little easier if you know these things before you travel to different countries. You nowadays can't just get up and go. There's so many things that needs to be known before you come. I mean, they don't need to be known, but it's best because it will make travel a little bit more comfortable for you if you have fears. If you don't have fears, don't worry about it. Just do you. So just stay tuned, keep watching, and hope you will enjoy. And I'm wrapped up because obviously I'm in Poland, and Poland is cold in winter. Not like Spain and some of these other countries that around this time it's still warm. But no, this is not one of those. So stay tuned, and you can see more of Warsaw. All right? Thanks for watching. Wait. Don't click away yet. This is the part of the video where you get to see more of Warsaw. And this is the business district / old town. Is still the city center. And I actually wanted to just narrate throughout the video so I can explain and just show you different parts of the city and why Warsaw is so special and underrated. I know it's probably a touristy city to some people, but a lot of Europeans and especially a lot of Americans don't know much about Poland. And even, like I said, some Europeans have not even visited Poland, because I don't know what visions they have of Poland or what they expect, but it's always underrated until you come here and you realize, wow, what a beautiful city, and it has so much to offer. You have the old mixed with the new. That's the Palace of Cultura, the big, tall, one of the tallest buildings in Warsaw, and the oldest is very historic, of course. But a lot of people are not aware of how, the history is very interesting, but the city has grown and evolved faster than any other European city that was formerly a communist country. So it's just progressed quicker than a lot of other cities. And I love this about Poland. That's the reason why I keep coming back. I love, traveling all the other countries as well. I love France. I'll be going back there soon. And this is the palace. Look how amazing that looks. And that's all about it. And on that side, where the Palace of Couture is there's another a mall. This is kind of like a shopping center area right here, where you have some shops, some retail stores. Behind this building is also I can never pronounce the street right, but I think it's Nowy Swiat, and it's one of your main boulevards, Old Town, where the buildings is the old Warsaw, and it's kind of has pedestrian streets near there, very walkable, beautiful too. And then on the other side, there's on the other side where the Palace of Cultura is, like I said, there's a shopping center. Inside, it's just like any other shopping center, but the architecture of the mall is really beautiful. Now, this is one of I see the cafe. That's another thing too that I love about Europe in general. It's very walkable, as you can see. Everybody's out. Of course, there's, lots of driving and cars out as well. But the city is so well connected with good transport, and being that it's walkable in a way where the sidewalks are wide, and it's clean, and you can just walk anywhere, even without using transport, and get to your destination. And I love that about Europe and a lot of European cities, just being walkable, and you're not tied to your car. So those are some of the reasons why it's been a long time since I've gone home. It's just so livable. So another question I get asked too is, how am I living in Europe? I'm a, you know, U.S. citizen from California, and we have our passport lets us travel 90 days in all the Schengen zone, which means the European countries, and that's in the Schengen for at least up to 90 days before we go out and go somewhere else or go home, and then we can come back again after the 3 months or 90 days are up in the Schengen areas of Europe. So people are asking me, because I've been here in Europe for now 4 years without going home. But I usually, since I slow travel and I work online, I usually just leave a country and come back. After 3 months, go out of the area, go to Georgia or somewhere that's not a Schengen zone area and not part of the Schengen. And Georgia, the country, is one of those places. Croatia used to be, but now they're part of the Schengen as well. So there's other cities, you can look that up. But also I like that, there's the police officers just walking and strolling. I do like that. There's no intimidation with European police. They just walk and make sure that everyone's safe. So I do like that. Okay, so back to what I was saying about how I'm able to stay longer in Europe. Like I said, I kind of just leave after 3 months and go to a non-Schengen area. But, last year I was able I work for an online university where I teach business English to corporate students, and I was able to have a work visa. So when you have a work visa, you don't have to leave and do the 90-day hopping back and forth. So I had a 1 year contract, and so I'm able to just stay in Europe on my contract and still be able to travel without worrying about overstaying my 3 month time. So that's how I've been doing it. And I work online, and the companies I work for, There's three of them, and they're based in Europe. Well, they're online. Two of them are U.S. companies, and one is a European company. And the one that's a European company is the one that I have the contract with. So that's how I'm able to stay here. So that's one of the questions I say that I mentioned as a burning question I get asked a lot as well, about how am I staying long term without needing to leave and come back and all of that. So yeah, and as I mentioned, I work online. I have two different types of jobs. So I teach, and I have three different companies I work for as a business English teacher. And then I also have an online business. So I have that as well. So that's what's sustaining me. And I'm able to just have everything done via the internet, via online. Banking, all the stuff comes directly through online, and I'm able to just live like anyone else. And what other questions do I get? Yes, why why am I choosing to stay so long? Well, obviously, you can see I enjoy Europe and the freedoms, that I have as far as not needing a car, and that's actually, you save money that way. Europe is much more cheaper than the United States, although it has a better quality of life, and it's better looking. it's it's still surprising that it's much cheaper than the United States. So I can have more in living in Europe, and that's just not Poland, not only Poland, but when I'm living in Italy or living in Vienna or which are my favorite, Portugal, or anywhere that I've had the um, the pleasure to be able to stay longer term in, and those countries are amazing, because it's just you have a slower pace of life. And see, this is I'm showing you this area is the older side, so it's like you have one side of the the street where it's all, as you can see where the birds are going. The That side is all the old, you know architecture, historic. And then to the right, or behind me, is all the new high rises. That's what I like about Warsaw too. It's both. You get the best of both worlds. But back to what I was saying, that's another thing. I love, living in a country where there's historic, more history. Let's just put it that way. I'm American, so our country is new. It's the new world, so it's not that interesting to me. It might be to others because that's not where they're born. We like we like places that we weren't born in. A lot of us do. We like what we don't have a lot of the times, but I'm not bashing my own country. It's just that I find more interesting. I'm a history buff, so I find it more interesting living in Europe. And there's the fact that, like I said, I can live a better quality of life because it's cheaper than the U.S. and you have, you know, universal health care in most free universal health care in most European countries, and also free universities. And it's just you can get more. And good transportation. As you see, there's buses and trams and, you know, and metros. And the infrastructure it's so interesting that in the countries where they've been around for hundreds of years, and or thousands of years, but yet they're able to keep their infrastructure updated. And I just don't understand how we're having a problem with that, with having, is transportation available to everyone. Especially where I come from in California, it's just not possible. It's just cars. You just have to drive everywhere. It's just not walkable. Look at that. That's the cities the skyline. See how that is so different? One side is, old architecture, and then to the right is all the new modern, like that. It's so great. It looks great. So for me, I just enjoy, the not not needing to worry about having insurance tied to your job, where that's the only way you will get insurance in the United States is if you have a job and the job gives you insurance, because it's not mandatory. Whereas everywhere else in Western world, Western countries, you know, insurance, healthcare, and universities are free for its citizens. But yeah, so that's some of the reasons why I'm still in Europe and probably will be for the foreseeable future. Of course, I'll go home to take care of business and visit family, but for the most part, um, I will probably be residing long term in Europe once I get my residence taken care of, residence card, and I'll vlog about that eventually when I get closer to uh, that process. So that's kind of a surprise on my YouTube channel because there's some exciting things coming up. So yeah, isn't that just great? Look how that looks so interesting. The palace next to all these modern high rises. Very nice. And let me think, what are the other burning questions? Hmm. Oh yeah, I do get this one. Am I traveling solo? Am I scared? Do I get any anxiety of traveling alone? I get those questions too. And no, I've never been a person that gets anxiety. I'm quite outgoing, and I tend to just go for it. If it's something I want to do, of course if you're not fearful a little bit, then something's wrong with you because fear gives you that little excitement as well. So, of course I'm scared in the beginning to start off doing something new, but I don't let that hold me back. So I've traveled from the beginning. I started in 2015 coming to Europe, and my first trip was solo by myself. I didn't know a soul. I flew to Paris, and I stayed in Paris for the whole 3 months. Didn't know anyone. I met people, and while I got there, I didn't know any French. Now I do. And of course, I was scared for the first, couple of weeks I was in Paris, but the excitement of something new and just eclipsed the fear. And that will happen with most people once you get past it, if you want it bad enough. So yeah, I continue to travel solo, although now I have friends from all over that, I connect with. So I have my own European tribe, as I would say, kind of friends everywhere, and people maybe a little more than friends. I won't go into that, but yeah, I'm not alone. Let's just put it that way. It's been amazing. That's one thing too. I feel like the friendships that I've gained in Europe seems to be more grounded in realism, not fake friends or anything like that. But you get what you get what you get with European friends. It is what it is. You will sometimes be told, the truth. Well, most of the time you're told the truth, and I love that. It's just most Europeans are kind of culturally, they will tell you straight up what they're feeling. If it's good or bad, you will know about it. At first, it's kind of interesting when you ask someone how they're feeling and you get the whole story. Because when we say how you're feeling, that just means hi. But no, in Europe, Europeans when you say, how are you doing? They think you really want to know. And, you know, we do, basically do, but as Americans, that's kind of like something that's just said, and you don't really put much thought into it. And until I moved to Europe and started, you know, being here longer term, I realized, oh, you know, they really are telling me what's going on, and it's refreshing because it's nothing feels fake as far as friendships. I mean, I'm not saying it. No one's perfect, but there is a difference. There is a difference. So this is the of the mall I mentioned. It's Galleria. It's very, very nice inside. It has everything you need, just like any other mall. And it's really interesting because in the United States, most malls are basically dying because Americans do a lot of their shopping online now, and they have it delivered, everything delivered. So it's not, people aren't really in the malls like they are here in Europe. They're like, the malls are crowded in every country I'm in. The malls are just full of people. So here is the steps of the Palace of Katora. And I was told that there's a movie theater in here, so that was the one reason why I was entering, and this is it. So it's really nice because inside this movie theater, I like it. Not only is it inside the palace, but it has a little coffee shop, or it's not really a coffee shop. It's actually a bar to the right of the entrance of the theater. So this is where you get the tickets, and this is straight ahead. It's like a bar slash cafe, and instead of going into the theater, you can chill here, have some wine or whatever, you know, coffee, and then, or you can go right here where I'm going with the balloons to the theater, go see a movie. So nice. So that was another surprise. So I didn't get a chance to go to the movies this day because I wanted to prepare. I wanted to find out what was showing, what type of movie. This was also a bar, but it was not open. Yeah, so pretty. The decor is always impressive. Okay, so then I left. And I live in this area, so it's, like I said, everywhere is walkable. So I could easily get on the bus or take a tram or a metro or Uber. But, you know, I live, the Airbnb that I'm renting is within, it's a 10-minute walk away from here. Well, this is the end of the video. I hope you all enjoyed my video walking tour of Warsaw downtown and some of Old Town. So stay tuned for more videos of Warsaw. Bye.